Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Success Catalyst podcast. Today, my guest is a marketing consultant and expert who helps businesses grow through marketing and brand strategy. Natacha Cristin is here with us today to tell us more about her business, her success story, and how she helps people and businesses grow through brand strategy. Hello, Natacha. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful and happy to have you here today. So to begin with, tell us more about how you ended up doing what you do today.
Let's say it's a bit a long story, but I'll try to make it short, but it's quite a unique one. I think everybody says it's a unique story. Okay. So originally I'm from Russia. So I studied back there. I did my bachelor's in economics. But actually I had a double degree with London School of Economics. So I was like opened to the world. And then but let's say what I always wanted to do was marketing, not economics as is, but let's say marketing was much more interesting to me as actually inside business part of it. So anyway, I wanted to do marketing, but economics is not exactly that. So I decided to get a master's degree in London in marketing. And then I started my career in one of the automotive brands. I started it in Moscow, but then I moved to Switzerland, and then I moved to Paris. So actually for 7 years, I have been doing product marketing and brand management for a huge brand with huge, like sales numbers, all that. So, like it's a huge corporation. It's not something that we are talking about now, like.
Wow, yeah.
And then, like it is supposed to be a success story like this, up and up. But I took an unpredictable turn in the way that I left my job in Paris. And I moved to South Africa.
Okay.
Was, let's say, a big change. And what was even more complicated for me, I would say emotionally, it was the fact that I didn't have a right to work. That's the reality, let's say, of that situation that I was in. So pretty much, okay, like I took some time for me. I did some volunteering. I was meeting people. I was learning some things I wanted to, like digital marketing, like more, like things of other marketing out of a big corporation. And then I actually ended up opening my consultancy back, let's say, in Russia, because that was not forbidden.
Okay.
Not allowed to have a business or, like have a business, yes, to do stuff in there with local people, pretty much, so that not taking their jobs. So that's why but I was allowed to do anything, like if I'm doing it online. So that was, let's say, the way I started my business. It was because I didn't have a choice. Uh-huh. Was my, like logical way for me to continue. And actually, because I had such a vast and, let's say, serious corporate experience, mm-hmm. I added on top of it, like digital marketing, online product launch strategy, like much smaller things. Things are smaller, but also they are faster. They are much more agile. They are much more, how does social media work? How does digital marketing channels work? So, like those things. And they actually created a very, I call it awesome mix of, like proper marketing in the way that big brands do marketing and, like the small business marketing, let's call it like this, the communication. So yes, that's how I started. And now I'm back in Paris and that's what I do.
Wow, that sounds impressive. So now that you don't work with big companies anymore, like who's your actual client?
So I would say I have two types of, like ideal clients. This is somebody who wants to start their own business. Mm-hmm. And not preferably, but, like they are serious about this. It's not, like a hobby or something, like I'm a very business oriented person in this way. So somebody who wants to start a business and wants to do it right. Yeah. So, like with the proper preparation, what's the whatever business plan, what's the marketing plan, what's the launch plan. So, like support on that so that it is done in the best possible way. And I would say it's also, how to say, many even existing businesses, small or not so small, or, like different sizes, they actually do not have a person in terms of marketing as a strategist, as a director. They don't have a person like this.
That's true.
Sometimes they understand they need a professional person like this, but maybe not always. So pretty much I consult them on what they do now and what are the ways they can like improve. So pretty much for me, it's like an improvement of existing process, how we can make more profit and more all that, or securing proper launch, proper product development, business modeling before the launch.
Right. I actually noticed that not many businesses now are investing in marketing because somehow marketing and social media management gets confused within their minds. So why is marketing crucial to business growth? Can you tell us more?
Yes, first of all, like fully, let's say that's one of the big pains I have.
Yeah.
I call myself like an old wise marketing owl who was in marketing before social media was invented. No, maybe not before, but before it became a big marketing channel. So before people started saying that that's the same thing. In my world, which is like a, original classical marketing approach, the way how I did got my master's in it and etc. That was, like what we are being told by the people the founders of marketing, Philip Kotler and etc. Pretty much marketing is the science of creating and introducing the right product to the right people in the right time. And that's like a general story. I would add to this, because I don't remember exactly what his definition. I'm given the idea, like don't quote me on this. I would add to this in the way that is beneficial for the brand so that it can create profit for the business.
Right.
And when you like see it in this, like bigger sense, it's like, aha, like it's not just about promoting something. It's also about developing something right into launching it into the market, making sure that we are better than competitors, making sure that we do it in the way that actually is profitable. So, and this becomes, like a more complicated matrix, and that's how we do marketing.
So do you think that now businesses, the way they confuse social media management with traditional marketing is affecting their business growth?
I would say if we are talking about some, like a single entrepreneur, like an individual freelancer who decides to, like I'm going to be now, whatever, baking cakes. I'm going to make a business of baking cakes. This makes sense that, like when you just start and you are just, like just baking cakes, like you're not having big expenses. I mean, you still need to buy eggs and etc. But, like you can do it in your kit, it's limited. So that's completely fine that in the very beginning, you consider it as, like your marketing. It's okay. The issue starts when you actually want to get bigger, like when you actually start, okay, I'm selling, I don't know, 10 cakes per week or whatever is the average cake sales. And then you're like, okay, but I want to sell them more expensive. I want to sell more of them. I actually want to now sell, I don't know, cookies too. So, like when you start thinking, I want more, I want to go to the next stage, then just doing it in a way like a hobby, then it comes, like the real boring marketing in place. And yes, I do think without this, just relying on social media, hoping that for years it will be continuing to bring you result, it is not going to work. Because the issue, which I see many small business owners, like market is not just stable. The fact that you decided to launch your cake business
Yeah.
And for example, that you have a unique recommendation from your grandma that nobody knows. So, like you have unique cakes.
Secret recipe.
Yes, but in 2 months, your competitors will see your result. They will order your cakes. They will figure out like your
Mm.
market is always changing. Your competitors are also not just sleeping and doing nothing.
Adapting.
Exactly. They are adapting. They can maybe introduce a better cake, or maybe they can think, aha, so you are making your cake, but maybe we can make a gluten-free cake.
Mm.
Like, and then, like they take a whole niche. So, like the market is all, that's why like a huge part of marketing is actually your market trends, your market research, your competitors research, like these things change. And the fact that you are successful now, it doesn't stay like this. Like imagine, I don't know, in months, I don't know, like, yes, like people again want to become skinny for their summer pictures, and they don't want to eat cakes, and that's it, out. So, like pretty much life is changing, and the fact that you are getting the results now, it actually doesn't mean it will continue being like this or growing in the long term. And that's, let's say, that's the complication of all of this.
I think one of the main traits of a successful business owner is adaptability. We have to stay flexible, and having the best secret recipe for the best cake in the world, sometimes it's not going to work for the long term. You have to stay flexible. You have to stay open-minded and see what other people are selling. Is it the right price? Is it the right formula? Is it the right size? Maybe you can come up with like a family size or
Yes.
a go size, or you have to stay
Maybe
flexible.
just, like, or maybe you do your cake only in the cafe, or maybe you actually introduce, for example, the new way that I think is still popular, like the dark kitchens when they cook, but it's not a restaurant, so it's the new ways to actually make your business work. That's also parts of, like exactly the part of marketing. How we're going to make the offer to the customer that the customer doesn't even know, but that's exactly what he needs. So
Yeah.
he wants, so we're going to give it to him.
I saw someone asking a question about wanting to open a coffee shop to fitness passionate people, like gym-oriented people and wanting more protein and things like that. And he was asking this marketing expert about like, what should I do? Like, how can I open a coffee shop dedicated to this kind of clientele? And his answer was simple: open next to a gym. As basic as that, but you have to actually stay open-minded, right?
Yes, and sometimes that's why how to say, this is a brilliant answer, and that's exactly what I would say, like one of the parts, and it has nothing to do again with just digital marketing. That's my point, like, because in original marketing, like we have 4 Ps, and now they're like 7 Ps, 11 Ps, like they're growing the amount of P, but it is your price, your promotion, your place, and your people. And that's, like that's the base of any marketing or business marketing. So pretty much if you are selling it to the right people, so, like if there is the right customer defined, you are solving his problem, like your people are right. You are not talking to people who don't do any gym in their life, like it's not for them. They don't need extra protein. They don't know what protein is. Your business will never grow if you're talking to the wrong people or with the wrong message. If you have a right price, which is sometimes, like your price cannot be too low or too high. It's perfect for them, like it all works together. If you are having it the right way to promote it, and promotion in the way, what kind of communication, what kind of message, like what kind of channels, like sometimes gym people also can be in a like what is the most efficient way to promote it to them? And yes, the place. For example, placing it right next to the gym, it's perfect. Honestly, it's amazing. Making a partnership, for example, like a flyer with a gym saying that you are getting 1+1 for free or something like this when you just and giving it in the gym. That's perfect because like it just brings this first people in.
Right.
Like so that's all marketing.
So what's one mistake a business owner can make, or do you see business owners making mistakes before reaching out to you and hiring you?
I would say social media has been quite dangerous for yes, that's the word I decided to use. Quite dangerous for people who want to start a business.
Okay.
Because it seems, like you see, and that's the message you get, it's easy. But also another one which I find a big danger, it's fast. And that's the thing. People start something, cakes, startups, like whatever, or even being like some, because that's the quickest way in the way, when you just provide a service, like you just talk. It's like you don't need investment. And they expect pretty much, okay, this is my business and I expect it to grow right away. The thing, because you see this, like amazing life on social media, how people just whatever got
overnight successes.
Yes. They left their job and they now 7 figures in Maldives and etc. That's amazing. But maybe that's not exactly the same business model you were looking for. Yeah. And we're talking about, like business as business. It is not, unfortunately, quick. Because if it's quick, it means all the other people will see it and come into your niche and it will stop being quick. So, like that's the connection of speed and profit and growth. And like, yes, connected to this, I see in terms of mistake, I wouldn't say it's how to say, people are free to do what they want to do. But this,
it's a mistake if it's not propelling you to your goal. That is your business goal, right?
But for example, what annoys me, and I've seen it quite a bit, people decide to start something, for example, to become a photographer, to become an artist, to whatever, and most of the time it's people who leave their corporate career because we see this also narrative, which I do not agree that, corporate is bad. Now you start your own business and your life is just blah, blah.
That's the trend. Yeah. Leave your 9 to 5 and start your 5 to 9 or whatever it's called, right?
It all sounds very nice, but it's not that, it's not
that easy. Yeah. Otherwise, everyone else would have made it.
But yes. And also, so what I saw people when they just leave and they start, for example, they start again making cakes. It's a cake example. And then, for example, you buy your ingredients, you make your cakes, you post on Instagram, maybe you get some clients, maybe not, that's a life of a cake, it. And then you're like, okay, I spent so much time making cakes, whatever, posting them. Okay, it's not growing, it's not working. And most of the time people decide within a few months. And then I've seen examples like this. That's why. And then honestly, I'm going to be a fitness coach now. And then they started to become a fitness coach. And then now I'm a fitness coach. And then you're like, aha. So actually, when you were making cakes, it is not about you being extremely passionate, like we see amazing, especially in France, amazing pâtissier, like for them, like that's,
we're buying the passion more than anything else.
That's like they will be in this decades after. They will be making cakes, I don't know, eclairs, whatever. like that's making books with recipes, but that's their product. Yeah. But when I tried this, it actually didn't work. Okay, that's all stupid. I will be a fitness coach. Or then you said, okay, nobody wants to do fitness with me. I will become now something else. And then you're like, that's not business.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. That's not actually, first of all, it's not a long-term investment. And obviously when your customers see it, it is not treated seriously. Like I don't want to order some cakes from somebody who yesterday was a fitness coach. Today is a cake master, and tomorrow will be, I don't know who. Because it's, it's like, I don't know, not serious to me as a customer. I don't have a trust to you.
Yeah, right. I think it's the same mentality like the people who think that job hopping is the most profitable thing that you can do as as an employee, like every 2 years, change jobs and you'll get 25% more income. That could be a good mentality if you're staying in this category of 9 to 5 jobs. Okay, good for you if it works. But if you're starting a business, I believe you have to find purpose in the business. Why you're restarting the business? Because people are also buying your story, your passion, your skills and expertise. If today you are a boulanger and the next day you're a fitness coach, it does not seem right. It just seems that you're trying everything and anything and just following the next trend. Is that right?
Yes. And that's exactly, like, because things, exactly like you said, it's about trends. Things change. So now this thing is popular. Like yoga became popular 10 years ago. So, like, it's pretty much, like there are some big trends. And if you just follow the trends, what is in this business about you? And, like your customers actually care a lot about your perspective, about your vision, about this unique, like magic there, like something that is very hard to explain, that's about you. It's obviously it's completely okay to pivot, but like, for example, many successful businesses, they pivot, like it's like what startups do with tech companies, like when they launch, they get results, but they pivot maybe to the side, like they don't say, okay, this didn't work, now I'm going to do something completely different. No, like they still have a big vision, a big idea. Maybe they change the audience a bit. Maybe they change the story a bit, but, they're about this,
The main thing is the same. Yeah. So as a marketing specialist nowadays, what do you think your main challenge is?
I would say there are a few. So no. Let's say, first of all, it is very complicated, like in the world of people, even people I know, people who knew me when I worked, like when I was doing things like this, big thing, like even they now, when I say I'm a marketing expert, they're like, so pretty much you were working to get more likes on the posts. No, no, you know me. Why do you say this? So pretty much the issue is in this, like world where marketing a bit lost its meaning.
The image is different.
Yes, the image is different. It's very hard to explain. Okay, I'm not gonna promise anything to you. We're just gonna maximize our, let's say, make sure that we have the best offer to the best customer and all that. And it doesn't sound very, like profound. It doesn't sound very attractive, like we want results here now. We do not think about tomorrow. We want here now. So I would say that's a big challenge to actually, let's say, sell the idea of proper marketing in the world of just social media and digital marketing. Yes. And in this connection is also, so I always give this example. I love this example. I invented this, so I'm very proud owner of this.
Okay.
Imagine there is a first kiss about to happen between a boy and a girl. They just went on a date. They, like there is a story. So, but we just see them after the date. And let's say in a traditional, let's say relationship, a bit conservative, but give a disclaimer. The man will make 90% of this, like distance between them. And this is marketing.
Okay.
And she pretty much in this moment, obviously doesn't last as long as I show. She will, let's say, decide if she's going 10% in or no, like this is sales.
Right.
So if, like we just look at this, that, like marketing by itself, you can say, your marketing is not bringing me any profit or sales. And that's true, like just like this. But without it, like there is nobody will make this move if I don't know you, if I don't trust you, if I don't need your product, if you didn't talk to me. So, like you build this relationship before the sale happens. So that's, I say, like by itself, it is not bringing you the result, like, and that's the big challenge.
Yeah.
And then it's either happens or no, but
Yeah.
without marketing, it doesn't happen.
I love this image.
I love
Perfect example. Perfect example for sure. And I notice people, I talk to other business owners and other coaches say that, yeah, why do I need marketing for? I can post my own stuff on social media. I have someone doing my logo. I have my website. I'm done with the marketing. They think that this is the only layer of marketing that they have to do. And then afterwards, people are starting to come to them and they're reaching new clientele every day, and sales is just going to happen by magic, which is not the case.
How to say, it also is different for every business, like for B2B, for very niche, maybe for you, actually, the distance of sales is much bigger because it's about building one-to-one relationship with your, other business. This is bigger. But if we're talking, you're making cakes or you want to launch a next Tesla or, all that, you need this proper marketing, proper offer, proper price, proper placement, proper messaging, proper story, proper strategy to make this happen. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I agree. But even for coaches like myself, I find it very important to do the marketing part very well because I need to reach out to the right people, to the right audience, and I need to craft my message so it corresponds to what they're looking for. I need to nurture this relationship and build this trust before I actually reach out to them. So when I reach out, they know exactly what I do. They know exactly that corresponds to what they're looking for, and they know that the price or the concept is what they're looking for. So it makes my life much easier. Either on the contrary, if I do the sales right away, like, hello, my name is, and I'm offering you the coaching of your life. Yeah, but I don't actually need it. Maybe I need something else. Maybe I need therapy. Maybe you never know, because you don't know your audience if you don't do this job of marketing. So I totally agree. Let's say if I came to you 3 years ago and I just started my own business as a coach, what would be the first piece of advice you would have given me?
So I would say first step, because I don't know well the industry here, so I can't tell you. First step would be to know what kind of level of acceptance of coaching exists now on the market, because it's like yoga was 10 years ago. Try to come to somebody saying I'm doing yoga. Are you an Indian hippie or it's just no, there is a level of acceptance of the whole market, what coaching is, so I don't know how it was 3 years ago, but I would say if it was not there yet, because now it is now in 2024, it's quite not bad, I would say.
Yeah, it's booming.
Back 3 years ago, I would say role number one would be to provide a lot of value, actually to build the story of coaching, not of you, not even of your services, nothing about this, but pretty much to, do this actually good deed for the whole market, actually, even just pronouncing the word, even making it known, making it
motivating and providing service and
the story of coaching, what it can do, maybe giving some, I don't know, online things so that other people can see what it is, just really teaching very new audience a very, very new thing that they don't know what it is. Then I would say a very important thing would be to niche. In 2024, many people say they are coaches, and then it's like, I'm a coach, I can do anything. Like you are on your maternity leave, you are tired, you are sad, and you wanna build your career. I'm for you. You are a huge top manager and you wanna whatever leave and go to the farm and start raising chickens. I'm for you. You are, like, and then it's like, because it also makes it for this maybe perfect people for you, not clear what you do, I would say what I always say, we start with niching down and then we grow within, because it's much easier, like to provide perfect service for your perfect people in the very beginning and then grow than actually say, I'm a coach for everybody, for any issue in your life, I'm here for you. It's, like if it doesn't speak to me personally, in a way, if I don't get the message, I am not, like connecting to it, especially as a coach, it's still quite a bit, like emotional thing. It is. If you even just talking about this and let's say even before selling the offer, it's not about me. I'm hearing this. It's not me. So I would say, yes, it would be to niche down to figure out what kind of people, in which situations you help the most, the people who are your focus. That would be and then, yes, based on this, making a plan how you can reach them, what kind of offer you would build for them, taking into account their ideal future, whatever that would be, and what kind of, let's say, in your case, I would be very much focused again on emotion. Times we say we want become rich and famous and, like all these things. But in reality, because that's like a socially what, like the message we receive all the time and we just accept it, take it for ourselves. But actually, maybe that's true, but we do not look for this as is. Actually, we look for something behind it. Like, are we looking for whatever, feeling safe? Are we looking for feeling calm? Are we looking to just actually being able to like just relax in your life? So I would say I would go a lot on this, like secondary level of the feeling that maybe your customers are a bit afraid to admit. So behind the fame and all that, how do they want to feel? And I think connecting on this feeling, coaching, that all goes. That's it.
That actually makes total sense because I've made all of these mistakes 3 years ago. And I started with believing that, I can help everybody. This coaching business is amazing. And I have a program that helped millions of people before me. And I know it can help you, whatever you're doing and whoever you are. But the way I was speaking didn't really sound very convincing, even to me right now, because if I can help everybody and anybody, I probably didn't listen enough to each and every one of my clients' problems and challenges. I probably haven't done any research to discover what's the main challenge is and how to fix it, how to craft a very specific message. And all of this came afterwards with experience, with trial and errors. So there you have it, listeners. This is why we need a marketing expert to avoid making these mistakes and to not waste time in growing our business. So if we...
about time, yes. When you were saying like, why can't, like people think they can do it alone, they can. It will just take longer. And sometimes when you are building a business, for you, time is money, and that's it, like you might fail before you had the time, to succeed, but you didn't have more, like money investment or whatever to actually like keep it on. And then you boom. That's the thing, marketing helps you just save time. That's it.
Yeah, and have a specific plan to follow as well, because in the meantime, we start super motivated and we start doing the work. But in the meantime, if we don't see results, we start losing hope, we start losing motivation, and discipline. Sometimes it's not enough. If you don't have a specific plan, what to do on a daily basis, what's the plan today, what's the message today, who am I reaching to today? That's all important, and it cannot be done efficiently without a plan, without a marketing strategy and a brand strategy.
Yes, I would also, let's say, when you were talking, I wanted to add one of the things that was like amazing, and actually when you just start, you like, you start from zero. You start something new, the best thing you can do, the best, even before niching down, even before thinking about those things, talking to real people. And that it's like an official, like marketing technique. It is called customer development. So you're not talking and whatever, having a coffee with them. You can, like it's also true. But the idea is actually to start seeing your people as customers, as people, as humans, as personalities, with their dreams, with their desires, with their fears, with their life. Right. Like you as a business owner who is about to start is just get this information, like stop thinking about you and your business, like start thinking about them, like whatever, like you would be niching. It's like your top manager who wants to change completely, or somebody who is building a huge empire or something. What they really want, how are they doing, like what is worrying them in their life, and based on this, you as a coach or whatever business, you can think, what can you do to make their life better? So you're not thinking about you and your amazing business. Nobody cares about your amazing business. People care about themselves.
Yeah.
If you actually focus on them, that's your recipe for success. Whatever business, that's focus on your people. Not on you.
Wow, that's the best piece of advice I can give my previous version of myself starting the business, because as using the same example that we used at the beginning, we have to focus on the people eating the cake. Are they enjoying it? Is there something missing? Are they going to tell their friends that it's the best cake in the world? Or it's just for me another cake that I've sold, and I'm at the end of the day, I'm just happy I sold just one other cake.
Let's say, coming back to the cake example, I had this in South Africa experience. So as a marketer, I think for me, marketing is everything that is touching the customer. So everything, like the customer is interacting. So it's not just the cake; it's what's the packaging of the cake? Do you have a nice message? Is it, like everything? Absolutely. It's because if you have a nice, whatever, even packaging, you can price more. So, it's not just, we're not doing it just for the sake of it. We're doing it for the growth and profit. So back in South Africa, I don't remember, we ordered, I think, a pizza or something, but something from more, like high restaurant. And the pizza arrived to us, and the guy, he was not just a delivery guy, he was a delivery guy from the restaurant, was wearing a bow tie, having gloves.
Wow.
And this experience of, like pizza, maybe it was not pizza, I don't remember, coming to you like this.
Yeah.
It's all, like even things like this. Absolutely. That's for me as a customer, it increases my, like happiness with the product. And if I'm happy with the product, I'm ready to pay more or order again or talk about it, whatever, years after. So like things like this, that's also, like your customer experience, like all the things around your product. That's also what helps you like sell more, grow more and all that.
Sometimes even more than the product itself, because we can perfect the product and there's a plateau that every other competitor is making, but then you have to be smart and look for additional sparkles that you bring into the experience. I remember like choosing a coffee shop with my friends, and we will just choose the coffee shop with nicest setup for an Instagram story, for example, or the nicest mugs. We don't care about the coffee anymore because there's amazing coffee everywhere, right?
And that's exactly that, like, because they know they didn't make this interior for, like just by accident. No, they knew it, and they are going to attract you like this. And yes.
Yeah, this works. It definitely works. So tell us more about how can we find you to work with you?
Oh, well, I want to say I'm everywhere, but I'm not everywhere. I think we're just gonna I'm quite active on social media, on Instagram. I'm gonna add my website here. So like, yes, on LinkedIn, I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm trying to bring more, like the notion of proper business marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Why I have my series of how brands do marketing, just dissecting, like some little stories or products or events, whatever big brands do, trying to show that this is not, like an accident. This is a specific strategy that they do, be it pricing, experience, like whatever, color, for example. This works, and like this piece by piece by piece by piece, that's how you create a successful business. There is no one, like secret button that you press and now, like you have a strong brand, a successful business. No, but so this is like my thing, how brands do marketing. So that's what I post a lot on social media. So I'm sure you can find it too.
That sounds wonderful. On my side, I will put your details on the description of the episode on Spotify and Apple and YouTube as well. So my listeners can find Natacha quite easily. It was really, really a pleasure having you, Natacha, with me today. The conversation was amazing and I learned a lot. And I have one regret that I haven't met you 3 years ago. I'll keep it there. So thanks a lot, Natacha. And yeah, thank you, everyone, and goodbye.